I'm going to show you how to plait or braid your own hair over. I'll show you how to braid and plait your own hair going under. And also I'll show you how that when you need to change angles, you can also plait your own hair going under. So if you're someone that has struggled with plaiting or braiding your own hair, then stick around for this video because hopefully this will teach you how to do it. So you might want to get your hair ready so that you can do this along with me. First things first, I need you to know that I refer to braiding as plaiting or plait. So just know that when I say plait, I'm referring to the same thing that you're talking about, which is a 3-strand braid. Okay, you're first going to need one main section of hair that you are working with, and then that section of hair should be separated into 3 smaller sections, and I'm going to refer to these smaller sections as tendrils of hair. Okay, now my section and my tendrils are quite big because each tendril that I have in my hand is normally 1 twist, and I normally wear medium twists in my hair. I'm changing those medium twists into big plaits, so I hope that makes sense. That's why my sections are probably going to be a lot bigger than the sections that you will work with. We're first starting off by learning how to plait over. Now, we need to know how to hold the tendrils of hair within our hands. So we need to hold all 3 tendrils with just 2 hands, of course. So I've paused it here. You can see the left tendril, the tendril on the left of the screen, is being held by my middle finger. It's separated with my middle finger, right? The middle tendril is being held by my index finger and my thumb. And the tendril on the right hand side is just being held with my other hand because it's available and free. And I must interject to just explain this because I don't want you to get confused, because this is, you're looking at almost like a mirror image. So the hand that you can see on the left of the screen is my right hand. The hand you can see on the right of the screen is my left hand. Okay, but when I refer to each tendril, I will refer to it as you can see it. So the one that's on the left is, I will call it the left tendril. Okay, let's go. So my right hand, I'm going to twist it slightly so that the left tendril is on top of the middle tendril. Then with my left hand, I've used my index finger and I have gone underneath the strand that I am holding in order to then grab what was the left tendril. So I've grabbed that now with my finger and my thumb. What happens now is the tendril that was on the left is now in the middle. So we'll now be calling that the middle tendril. So now my right hand is holding the left tendril, and I'm going to again use my index finger and bring it around and underneath the tendril that I'm holding. At the same time, with my left hand, I'm going to slightly turn and grab what was the right tendril, and I'm grabbing it with my index finger and my thumb. So I have held that now. Now what was the right tendril has become the middle tendril. Let's see again. So now working with my left hand, I use my index finger, bring it under the tendril I'm holding, slightly turn my other hand and grab what was the left tendril. So now what was the left tendril becomes the middle tendril. I feel like we should start a drinking game. Like every time I say tendril, just take a drink. But make it water, yeah? Otherwise we're gonna be drunk up in here. Okay, again, with my right hand, I've taken my index finger under the left tendril. I have then turned my left hand, and now with my index finger and thumb, I have grabbed the right tendril, which has now become the middle tendril. Now on the other side, index finger under, twist the other hand, grab the tendril. Now it's in the middle. Let's go again. So you're always working with the index finger and thumb, really. They're doing a lot of the work. when you're plaiting. Do you see that turn there? I'm just showing you again. That's important. Okay, so you're going to get that turn in so that you can easily grab the tendril that is on the right. Okay, I've grabbed the right tendril and now it's in the middle. Go again, finger underneath, turn with my right hand, grab the outside tendril, so now it's in the middle. Okay, so it becomes like a seamless action, of course, once you get the hang of it, but I'm trying to break it down very slowly for you in steps. That's pretty much it. That's how you plait your own hair over. Now I am going to show you how to use that same method, but I'm using a dolly head. But it is exactly the same method, exactly the same hand positioning. Okay, here she is. Say hello to my little friend. Right, I did my best to find a black dolly head with some kinky curly hair, but all the reviews were saying that the hair falls out, so I was just like, oh, sack it. Anyway, here we go. I am parting off a section. So remember I said we need one section that we're working with. Okay, as I part, I'm just, sorry, the camera does keep going dark and light for some reason. But yeah, as I part, I'm just pulling the hairs apart, separating the hairs. What's on the left side of the comb, I pull it to the left. What's on the right side of the comb, I pull it to the right. Okay. By the way, I bought my nieces one of these dolls, and one of my niece said she looks like Michael Jackson. Right, here we go. So here I'm now creating the 3 different tendrils from that one section. There's one left tendril, middle, and right tendril. So exact same hand positioning, whether it's on my head or as I'm showing you on the dolly head. And I just wanted to show you 2 different ways so that you could grasp it. The left tendril I'm holding with my middle finger and my thumb, and the middle tendril I'm holding with my, so this is my left hand now, I'm holding the middle tendril with my index finger and my thumb, and then the right tendril I'm just kind of grasping it with my middle finger, and the other fingers are just kind of, you know, they're holding it separate, if that makes sense. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it does. So once again, same method. We go with the index finger. This is on my right hand, working with the left tendril. Index finger goes underneath the left tendril, and I turn my left hand so slightly, probably like a 45-degree turn, so that I can grab the right tendril with my thumb and index finger. I think I thought I heard a noise outside and it was nothing. Yeah, so grab the right tendril with my thumb and index finger, bring it from the right into the middle. So it now becomes the middle tendril. Then what you're going to see, well, I can let it go. Then I'm going to adjust my hand positioning. Okay, so now with my left hand, I'm now holding that tendril with my middle finger and thumb. So the exact opposite to what I was doing the first time. Go in, index finger underneath, make that 45-degree turn with my right hand, grab the left tendril, bring it into the middle, and then just let it go. Then continuing with my right hand, I need to change my hand positioning so that I'm holding that left tendril now with my middle finger and thumb. I always need my index finger to be free, basically. so that it can do this movement, you know, the under movement. Yeah, so we've gone under again. Make that 45-degree turn. I think I had already kind of naturally done it without remembering. There we go. Grab the right tendril with the middle finger, sorry, with the index finger and the thumb. Bring it from the right to the middle. Then adjust the finger positioning with my left hand. And we're going to go again. And it's literally just you keep doing the same movement. The easy thing with plaiting is like once you kind of grasp it, then you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And it literally becomes a plait all the way down your head. You don't really have to change how you do it too much. So yeah, same thing. Index finger comes underneath to grab the right tendril and bring the, let me slow down, index finger underneath. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna make that little turn with my left hand, and I've now grabbed the right tendril and I'm bringing that right tendril into the middle, which now becomes the middle tendril. I've then adjusted my hand positioning to hold the strand with my middle finger instead, leaving my index finger free to go again. I really hope this is making sense, guys. I wanted to do it so uber slow for you so that you can understand it, because sometimes I have watched tutorials myself and like they're still going really fast. I'm like, how do you expect me to learn when you're moving that fast? So yeah, I'm hoping that this is slow enough for you. Now I'm beginning to speed up, and to be honest, this clip is still slowed down. Okay, so that's how you plait over on your own head, right? Now what we're going to do, so going back to my head, I'm going to show you how I plait under. Once again, you're always going to need your 3 tendrils. Remember, we're plaiting, so we're always going to need those 3 tendrils. Yeah. Here we go. So this is a slightly different method. Now I'm holding 2 tendrils with one hand. Well, I will be right about now. There we go. Okay, so I'm holding the middle tendril with my thumb and finger and holding back the right tendril with my middle finger. With the left tendril, I'm going to go underneath the middle tendril. Okay, underneath. And then I'm going to grab with my index finger and thumb the right tendril. Okay, so this is my left hand now, and I'm now holding 2 tendrils in one hand. I can actually let the middle strand go now. I can let it go, right? I'm going to come back for it, but I can let it go. Okay, so now I've grabbed the middle tendril now, and the middle tendril is going to go under the right tendril to grab the left tendril. So it's sounding a lot more complicated. It's not that complicated, but you just got to take it slow and you'll get it. Now, once again, grabbing the middle tendril. So this is the middle now. Grabbing the middle. I'm going under the left tendril and I'm grabbing the right tendril. You see that? Hope you see that. Just grab the middle, going under the right tendril, and I'm grabbing the left tendril. Now I'm grabbing the middle again. I'm going under, I think, the left tendril and grabbing the right tendril. Get the middle, go under the right tendril and grab the left tendril. Once again, you're always working with your index finger and thumb. So when I'm saying grab, you're grabbing it with your index finger and your thumb. Okay, then you're going to bring your hand underneath, because you can't plait over with your hand over your head all the way down your your hair. It's just not going to work. So you have to adjust your positioning. So I've brought my my right hand underneath my head now, and this is how I'm continuing the plait. So here we go. Left strand under the middle strand. So now the left strand becomes the middle. Right strand underneath the middle strand, and now the right strand becomes the middle. Yeah, let's go again. Left strand underneath the middle, so the left strand becomes the middle. Right strand underneath the middle, so the right strand becomes the middle. I hope you guys are getting this, because woo. There we go. I think it's becoming clearer. The key thing is to just know your hand positioning, so that you can, keep the 3 strands separate, so which is which, basically. And I think really the key is that you're working with, ideally you're holding 2 of the strands with your index finger and thumb, and you'll often be holding back one of the strands with your middle finger to keep it out of the way. Right, now I'm going to show you again plaiting under. So the same thing what I showed you before on my head, but I'm just going to show you on the dolly head. And I've put my arm over the dolly head's head to represent how I would have to put my hand over my own head. Yeah. Okay, working with my section, I'm creating my 3 tendrils. You're always going to need those 3 tendrils. And here we go. This is how, well, these are the 3 tendrils. And this is how I'm going to be holding them. Apologies for this, because the head just kept like moving and I had to keep moving it around. Right. I think I'm still just working out like how to hold it so that you can see, and how to position the head. Okay, so I'm going to call this the right tendril. It has gone underneath the middle one, and I'm using my index finger and thumb to grab what I'm calling the left tendril. You might want to call it back, middle, and front, but the back one, I'm going to call it the left tendril, and the front one, I'm going to call it the right tendril. Okay, once again, you see that middle strand becomes free and my hand becomes free. Okay, I'm just showing you the positioning of those tendrils and how I'm holding them. Here we go now. So that middle tendril is now going to go underneath the left tendril. Underneath, see that? Index finger and thumb grabs the right tendril. And then again, you get a free hand. And that hand becomes free so that you can start to like make sure your hair doesn't tangle at the bottom, at the ends. Right, was that the right tendril? I think right tendril went under the middle to grab the left tendril. Sorry about it going dark again. Oh, sorry, it was the middle. Here we go again. Middle tendril underneath the left tendril. Grab the right tendril with your index finger and thumb. Middle tendril underneath the right tendril. Grab the left tendril. Middle go underneath the left tendril. Here we go, just to show you how I'm holding both of those strands in one hand. So you see, okay, let's say the right tendril, I'm holding it back almost with my middle finger. And then what looks like the middle strand here, but technically it's not, but I'm holding that with my index finger and thumb. And then the strand that is the middle, the one we're about to move right now, we're in the process of moving it. So it looks like it's on the right hand side of the screen, but it's actually right now, it was the middle strand. So I hope that makes sense. So we're about to move that middle tendril. That's the one I'm holding with my left hand. And I'm bringing that underneath the left tendril to grab the right tendril. Ladies, I hope this is making sense to you. Ladies or gentlemen, maybe gentlemen are here learning how to plait too. It can be a little bit confusing to explain, but I hope that as I'm talking it through and as you're seeing me doing it, I hope that you're able to grasp it. And ideally, if you are in your hair at the same time and practicing, or in a dolly head, or in, you know, your child's hair or something, hopefully you'll be able to grasp it a little more whilst you're doing it. Sometimes we learn better from doing things, don't we? Okay, so let me explain again. So taking the middle tendril, going to go under the left tendril, grab the right tendril with my index finger and thumb. And sorry, I clearly cut the camera off. I don't actually know what I'm trying to say here. Oh yeah, this is it. So again, like when we were doing our own hair, we can only get to a certain point before we have to bring our hand from over our head and bring it under our head to continue the plait. So the middle strand that becomes kind of, it's just loose and it's just available. You're going to pull that to one side. I've pulled it to my well, looking at the screen, I've pulled it to the right hand side. Then I'm going to continue the plait, and this is where things change. So now we're working from the side strands instead of the middle strands. Look at this. This is now, okay, once I've got my hand positioned, this is now the left tendril. And I'm going to bring the left tendril into the middle. This is so much easier to describe when you're plaiting this way. All it is, left tendril into the middle. Done. Okay, then right tendril, underneath and into the middle. There we go, into the middle. Okay, let me go again. Grabbing that left tendril, bringing it underneath and into the middle. Now I'm grabbing that right tendril after I've adjusted myself and her, Michael Jackson. Bringing that right tendril underneath and into the middle. Okay. And I'm also gripping the two tendrils with the other hand. So with my right hand now, I've just brought that left tendril into the middle. I grip the two strands. Okay. I sincerely hope this is making sense, because I'm telling you, this is kind of hard to describe, you know. Left tendril underneath and into the middle. And now with my right hand, I'm going to hold both strands so that my left hand can now do the work. Left hand brings the right tendril into the middle. Now again with my left hand, I'm going to hold both strands. Right hand brings the left tendril into the middle. Now with my right hand, I'm going to hold both strands. Okay. There we go. And the plait is beginning to form. So even though I'm showing you on the dolly head, this is literally the same way that you would hold your own hair. Same way you would hold your own hair on your own head. And really that's it. So one thing I would say as well is when you're plaiting over, so the first thing we did, the first little tutorial we did, when you're plaiting over, it's good to do that when you want your plaits to lay absolutely flat. So in whatever direction you are plaiting them into, they will lay flat that way. But if, let's say, you want to maybe sometimes put your hair up in a bun, then you want to wear them out and down, then you want to, I don't know, curl and twirl them or whatever, then sometimes it can be better to plait under. Okay, so you plait over when you want your plaits to lay very flat, and you can plait under when you want a bit more flexibility with the plait at the root. I hope that helps, guys. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more about growing your hair long and healthy. This is a very different video for me, but I hope you enjoyed it.